Jake Gyllenhaal's transformation into Lou Bloom is one of the most chilling and unforgettable performances of the 21st century. Lou is more than just a cameraman. He's a walking, talking symptom of a modern disease. A man with no empathy, no morals, and an unquenchable thirst for success. So today, we're going to peel back the layers on this gaunt, unforgiving, relentless, and utterly compelling character. There are villains who command armies, and villains who haunt our nightmares with supernatural abilities. And then, there's Lou Bloom. He emerges not from the depths of hell or a distant galaxy, but from the glaring, anonymous sprawl of modern Los Angeles. The protagonist of Dan Gilroy's masterpiece, Nightcrawler, is a monster so uniquely of our time that he feels less like a cinematic creation, and more like a symptom, a walking embodiment of an invisible disease. Gaunt, wide-eyed, and armed with a camcorder, and a scraped-together vocabulary of corporate buzzwords. Lou is a predator perfectly adapted to the gig economy and the digital wilderness of the 21st century. What makes him so profoundly chilling is not that he is an anomaly, but that he is the logical, horrifying conclusion of a culture that relentlessly preaches ambition while demanding ever-escalating sensationalism. The first thing that strikes you about Lou is the profound disconnect between his words and his essence. He doesn't have conversations, he conducts transactions. His dialogue is a rapid-fire stream of self-help cliches and business jargon clearly memorized from countless hours spent surfing the web. He is a walking search engine history, regurgitating phrases about achieving goals, growth-oriented business, and negotiating from a position of power. This isn't just a character quirk. It's a meticulously constructed substitute for a personality. Lou Bloom is a hollow man who, lacking genuine emotion or an innate moral compass, has filled the void with a script for success. His language is both his shield and his weapon. It allows him to frame exploitation as an unpaid internship and blackmail as a mutually beneficial transaction. He reduces complex human situations, fear, desperation, grief, into simple, manageable data points for his business model. When he tells his terrified assistant, Rick, why you pursue something is as important as what you pursue, it's not a piece of wisdom. It's a manipulative tool to justify his own amoral drive. He has learned the language of achievement, but cannot grasp the music of human connection, placing him in an unnerving, uncanny valley, where he looks human, but feels fundamentally, frighteningly alien. This sense of the alien is masterfully conveyed through Jake Gyllenhaal's transformative physical performance. Having shed significant weight for the role, his Lou Bloom is gaunt and perpetually hungry, a coyote slinking through the shadows of the city, all sharp angles and restless energy. But it is in the subtle, controlled details that the true horror of the character emerges. His eyes, wide and unblinking, are the film's most terrifying special effect. They are not windows to a soul, but lenses, constantly observing, assessing, and calculating. When faced with a gruesome car crash or a dying man, they don't register shock or pity. They evaluate camera angles, lighting, and framing. They are instruments of data collection. When he forces himself to smile, it's a terrifying, practiced gesture that never reaches those cold eyes. It is a muscular reflex, a baring of teeth intended to mimic an emotion he has only ever studied. This social camouflage is thin, and up close, it's more unsettling than his default blankness. Gyllenhaal holds his body in a state of coiled readiness, a stillness that can erupt into manic energy at a moment's notice. He is a predator who has learned to mimic the posture of a man, but the illusion is fragile and deeply disturbing. The film's point of no return is the home invasion sequence, a masterclass in tension and character revelation. Lou arrives before the police. He films the criminals escaping, deliberately choosing not to report them. Then, he enters the home, walking through the bloody aftermath, to capture his exclusive footage. Here, he has graduated from parasite to puppet master. By withholding evidence, he is no longer just reporting the story, he is directing its entire narrative, for maximum personal gain. This escalation culminates in the film's climax, where he engineers the death of his own assistant. His manipulation of Rick is not born of malice or hatred, but of cold, sociopathic utility. Rick has become a liability, but his death could be an asset. As Rick lies bleeding out, Lou steps closer, not to offer comfort, but to adjust his focus. Rick's final, agonizing moments are not a tragedy to Lou. They are content. They are his masterpiece. To Lou Bloom, people are not people. They are either assets, obstacles, or raw material for his product. Despite his moral vacuum, Louis Bloom is compulsively watchable. Part of this fascination stems from a dark, buried admiration for his sheer competence. He is intelligent, focused, and a remarkably fast learner. We are simultaneously repulsed by his actions and captivated by his effectiveness. More profoundly, Lou is a perverse embodiment of the American dream. In a post-recession world that champions the hustle, he is the ultimate self-starter, an entrepreneur who builds a thriving business from nothing. He embodies the celebrated tenets of capitalism: ruthless drive, relentless ambition, and a singular focus on the bottom line, but takes them to their sociopathic extreme. He is a success story, and his triumph holds a mirror up to a society that often rewards this very brand of predatory determination.